Hi everyone, welcome to the new episode of Cyber Review. I'm Sophia, your host, and today we're talking with Abhi about his book, Owasp TimeGap Theory. He started as an electronic hobbyist, and eventually he stepped into the app security world. Over the last 10 years, he has performed security consulting assignments in the area of penetration testing, code reviews, web application assessments, security architecture, and more. Being a developer at heart, it always felt natural for him to step into the shoes of one and build things to solve problems. So let us welcome Abhi. Hi, Abhi. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
That's great. Thank you for joining us. And it's a pleasure to have you today to talk about your book, OWASP TimeGap Theory. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into cybersecurity?
My name is Abhi. I work as a senior security consultant for Security Compass here in Toronto, Canada. How I got into information security, I did not know about information security career when I started. I always thought I'm gonna be a software developer. And by the time I completed my college, recession was at its peak. It was very tough to get a job. So I was like, hey, I'll use this time to do some courses, right? And there was the security course at that time. I did that course thinking that in future, when I develop software, maybe this would help me to create secure software, right? And that was my thinking. I went to the course. I loved the course, and I was impressed with the opportunities it can bring. Also, when I completed the course, I came to know about the whole cybersecurity industry and the job opportunities over there. Before that, I never thought of having a complete career in security field, and that was a good thing to know. And from there, I never looked back. I joined in an information security firm. I started doing security consulting, and here we are.
Okay, that's a great journey to get you into cybersecurity. And what made you write a book like this? Where is the idea coming from?
That's a good question. To answer that, I want to talk about some recent events as well, because that would help. Everyone knows and talks about Log4j. People knows about that issue now. Log4j is an open source software, and it has been around for many years. And the vulnerability is remote code execution. That is also not new. But when that 0-day came up, remote code execution 0-day in Log4j, many of the organizations were not prepared for it. And so now we know how severe it can be. Now I want to take you all to 30 years ago. So it is back in 1993. So the security issue of my book, Owasp TimeGap Theory Handbook, is about a special kind of race condition called TOC2. TOC2 stands for time of check to time of use. Mm-hmm. Because of that issue, in a radiation therapy machine, at least 3 people died and several people were injured. And that's in 1993. Let's go further. Let's go 10 years from that date. In 2003, there was a massive power outage here in Canada and in the US because of, again, a race condition in one of the power grid systems. So the race conditions are, or TOC2 issues are not something new. It has been there. The problem is that the industry is not still prepared for another talk to issue. People, when I look, when I wanted to do research on this thing, when I searched, Owasp top 10 never listed talk to or race conditions. SANS top 25 does not have race conditions. Almost all of the major SAST, DAS, RAS, IAST scanners cannot detect race conditions. Then if you look at the testing checklists used by pen testers, the most popular checklists, they do not have race conditions. Even bug bounty hunters, only a fraction of them actually check for these vulnerabilities. And that puts us in a very bad space. And I want to avoid another log4j happening in that space. So it is all about, as an industry, how we respond, right? So we know that there is a gap and we know that it is an issue. I wrote this book. I made an accompanying lab so that people can work on this, experiment this on their home. They can learn about it, and maybe that will help them to make their system secure, test their systems to make sure that they're secure. So yeah, that's this whole book is all about.
That's great. So thank you for your explanation. So now here's a funny question. As per your illustrations, why did you choose dinosaurs?
That's a good question. I wanted people to ask this question. So yeah, thanks for asking that question. In a way, what I think is that race conditions or my book's topic is time of check to time of use talk to, and the security issue itself is about a time gap between time of check and time of use, and within that time gap something can happen. And when I thought about that, dinosaurs, we came to know about dinosaurs after a long time, right? After they went extinct. So by the time we came to know, it would be the time of check. And the actual time when dinosaurs walked on Earth, there is a time gap. And I thought, yeah, it's working well for my book. That's the reason. And why I came up with dinosaur, because there are lots of ancient animals that went extinct. I could have used any of them. I have a toddler. He's 3 years old, and he watches this television series Peppa Pig, and in that there is a dinosaur. He's a fan of it. So every time I walk out of my office room, I see lots of dinosaurs. So I was like, hey, why don't I use dinosaurs? Because that seems well. So yeah, that's why we have dinosaurs on the book. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, it makes it easier to read for the audience, I guess, because it's such a complex topic. So it's kind of fun to have something else, you know?
Yeah. So it is not just the cover. So if you look inside, again, there are lots of dinosaurs. Yeah.
And so where can the audience get your book, and how they can reach out to you?
So like I said, this book is available out there. If you want to read the book, all you have to do is that you go to the website book.timegaptheory.com, and you can read the book for free. Basically, the complete book is there. If you go to the TimeGap Theory website, you can even download a PDF version if that's what you want. If you want to watch it, read it offline. But if you want the physical book, I wish I could give free copies, but the printing and everything costs money. So that you can go to Amazon and you can get the book. I try to reduce the price as much as I can. I'm basically making zero royalty, making sure that it is kept low so that people would get this book. But there is no obligation to actually go and buy it from Amazon. I would not recommend it. If you can read it on your computer, that's great.
Just get it from your website.
Yeah. There is a lab associated with that. So you
Okay.
can download and experiment. So I think it is better if you can read and experiment. So yeah.
That's awesome. So thank you, Avi, so much for your time. It's a really interesting book. I recommend everybody to read it so they can get to know about Talk2 a lot. And again, thank you so much for your time. And we wish you all the best with this book.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me.
Okay, bye.